Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well, and today I'm going to see the original Captain Marvel himself, Shazam. As I've been talking about the channel all week, got my tickets earlier to the IMAX showing tonight, the IMAX premiere. Now I know a lot of you on this channel, especially on this Welcome to Asgard channel, have already seen it because you actually got to go see the 2-week early premiere and have said nothing but great things about it, have told me and really have sold this movie up to me as being an amazing comedy, as being an amazing movie with just great action, great acting. Everything has just been great. So I have very, very high expectations for this film, very high expectations for the future of the DCEU in that process also. And as you can see, it is a very dark and dreary day here in southern Louisiana because we actually had a crap ton of rain today to the point where school was flooding. Somehow I got out. I got to head out a little bit early because I had an interview to take care of. More on that hopefully in the near future. Possible good things, possible good vibes. Cannot go into too much detail about it, but let me just say I've been appreciating your prayers for me during this time, and I think that some prayers may be answered. However, again, I cannot confirm any of that or give any other further details until things have been finalized, but things are looking much better than they were a couple weeks ago. So again, thank you for everyone that's been so supportive. And talking about Shazam, though, getting back to that, I have not been this excited for a film in a very, very long time. It's been a long time since I've been so hyped to go see a Thursday night premiere of any film. And I think that that's a commentary on just how bad movies have been lately. Not even necessarily how bad they've been, but also just how bland, how kind of cookie cutter they've all been. There really hasn't been an event film. Obviously, Endgame is going to be the event film. I've said this before. I don't think that there's going to be another film like Endgame. I don't think that Episode 9 could come even close to what Endgame's going to do. I don't think that there are any other movie franchises that I can really see at this point being able to really copy this. Again, when you have over 22, 23 films in the course of about 11 years, to the building up of this point to a finale of this entire saga of all of those films in all of those years, unless you spend another 10, 12 years doing this, which, again, by that point, who knows what theaters are going to look like, who knows what the box office is going to look like, because everything is pretty much moving to television or to the streaming services. Everyone is cutting the cord, and that is indeed the future. So it's really awesome to be excited about this film. It is very excited to be just happy and joyous and having a good time. So I'm going to try and do a little bit more vlogging when I'm there. I did that for Captain Marvel. I'm going to show you a little bit about how the crowds are looking. Probably not expecting the same crowd that I saw when Captain Marvel came out, because obviously MCU equals giant crowd, because the MCU crowd is crazy. But let's see how big that DCEU crowd is going to be going into the theater. So I'm going to show you a couple clips of that, and then pretty quickly after that, probably not too much inside footage, but there will be a little bit. You'll get a cut to me post-film with my instant thoughts and reactions going up on the Welcome to Asgard channel in vlog form, with, of course, an official video coming out on the main channel where I give a full review when also talking about the box office and also what I think it means for the future of the DCEU, where it stands in line with the DCEU, and what I think it means for the future of this universe as well, that has really had a comeback, it seems. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this drive. I'm about maybe like 2 minutes away from the theater itself, trying to stay focused on the road, which is great. The reason why, again, I like this camera specifically was because it is easy to hold in one hand, it's easy to get out of my pocket, and it's allowing me to be able to stay focused on the road while still being able to record and also to stay in frame, because it's got this nifty little follow my face feature, so that if my face does indeed get out of frame, even just a little bit, it is able to adjust accordingly. Now, of course, it's probably not going to be perfect. Obviously, the lighting isn't as ideal as it could be because it is, dark because of all the rain and everything. But this is indeed shooting at 1080p, 30 frames per second, with that so-called high-quality 100 megabits rate. I don't really know what it is. I haven't really found the difference in it. I think it has something to do with the way that I'm exporting the file to where it doesn't look nearly as good as I think it should. I think the 4K 60 frames per second I figured out a little bit, but 4K is very hard to shoot, and also 4K does not like at all being in low light scenarios, especially the 60 frames per second. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me right now. Going to be showing you the little bit of the theater, the crowds, and cannot wait to get back to you guys with my thoughts on this film. So anyway, guys, this has been Odin and Shazam! Alright, I'm not going to lie, this is actually looking pretty similar to the Captain Marvel show up. However, we do have Pet Sematary coming out, which is a rated R horror film, and those tend to do well on opening night, so could have an impact. We shall see what the inside looks like in a second. All right, everybody, just getting out of the movie, and so just a couple things. I couldn't record in the actual screen when I got there, or in the actual auditorium, because it was packed. There were so many people, it was insane. I would say that it was probably on the same level as the screening that I went to for Captain Marvel, to be perfectly honest. I think that obviously, at least for the auditorium, or rather for the concessions area, that probably has a lot to do with the fact that not only do you have this movie coming out tonight, but also, of course, Pet Sematary. And if anyone knows anything, rated R horror films do very well, especially on opening nights, so that probably has something to do with it. But my theater, I was in the IMAX screen. I was in the first showing of the IMAX screen, and it was packed with people. It was honestly insane. I, again, have not been to a premiere for a big movie in a while, because it's been a long time since I've been this excited for a film. Pretty much since, I would say, last year's Infinity War have I felt this kind of excitement. And overall, I'm very, very, very impressed. Very impressed. I think that the movie itself was solid. I think that the real Captain Marvel indeed came out and totally owned it. So while on Captain Marvel's side you had a C-level, C- film, with this one you had definitely a high B range film. I give it a B+ with my first viewing of it. It was a lot of fun, and not only was it a lot of fun, and there were some really, really funny parts throughout, but also had a lot of heart. I loved that it focused on Billy Batson and his family. I thought the Foster family was fantastic. Every single person, the father, the mother, all the kids, they all, fit into certain roles. And it just, I think, worked a lot. There's also some really cool things that happen with them later on in the film, which I'm not going to spoil for any of you guys just yet. But I really liked it, and I really liked how they portrayed it. And there was something that could have gone a very specific way. It could have gone in a way that I think would have hurt the film, but this did not. And so I really enjoyed what they did with those characters. And to me, the standout, though, to be perfectly honest, is Mark Strong. And the reason why is because Mark Strong is probably one of the most underrated guys working in Hollywood, specifically within the superhero film genre. I mean, this guy, seriously, not only was he the standout in one of the worst DC property films and worst superhero films of all time, Green Lantern, when he played Sinestro, but now he also plays an excellent villain here as well. And again, well, nuanced, is able to play for, seriousness, is able to play for comedy. He's able to hit all the right notes. And that's just one of the talents that he has as an actor, who obviously can play even more, more dramatic roles if he really wanted to. Could probably even get in contention with the Oscars if he really wanted to go down that route, but he picks projects that he likes. He picks projects that he feels he can, add something to. And I've yet to see a bad Mark Strong performance in even some of the worst films out there. He usually is a standout, and he's a standout in this one as well. And overall, guys, I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend that all of you go see it this weekend, that you give this movie the support that I really think that it deserves, not just as being a good DC film, which unfortunately is a dime a dozen. I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves. It's not a very common thing for us to find really high-quality DC films. Obviously, we have Aquaman, we've got Wonder Woman, but that's pretty much it. Jury's still out, in my mind, on Man of Steel, because there are parts I like, there's parts that I hate, and all the other films just always have something, every time I think about them, just something missing from them that really keep them from being just in contention, being in that discussion. So anyway, guys, though, if you've seen it, please let me know your comments, let me know your grade. So again, I give it a B+ on my first watch of it. God knows I'll be seeing it again. I know that Freya's probably going to want to go see it at some point, and I am definitely open to seeing it again, and that's always a good thing. If I'm ready and willing to see something a second time, that's normally a good sign. That normally means that it must be pretty good. But I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And as always, guys, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Let me know if you want more videos like this, more go to the movies with this, not just on premiere nights, but even when I just go on maybe a regular, Tuesday or Wednesday or a Sunday, or, when I eventually catch up and watch Us and the myriad of other films that I still need to watch and still need to catch up on. So just keep you posted on that, guys. But anyway, that is going to be it for me for this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And as I said before, things seem to be going in a very positive, very good direction. And I appreciate every single person out there who has been keeping me in their prayers, has been, getting the positive vibes sent in my way. And I definitely think that some of the prayers are being answered. But of course, I will get back to you guys as soon as I can when I have anything official to say. And of course, y'all will be some of the first to know, other than, of course, my family. But anyway, thank you guys. I love you guys. You rock. Go see Shazam. Very, very, very solid DC film. And I'm very excited to see the sequel. And excited to see where they take it. And most importantly, excited to see what is going on with the DCEU and where all these films are going to fall. Because God only knows at this point what the DCEU is actually going to be in the next year or so, with several films like The Joker coming out that don't really seem to fit in. But can't wait to find out. Can't wait to come back to you guys with it all and to continue to cover this kind of stuff, because, again, when it comes down to it, movies, talking about movies, that is where my passion lies. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.